They diverted their septic runoff into my field, so I gave them a smell they'll never forget. I run a small sheep farm on the edge of town, nothing fancy, just a few dozen ewes, a ram or two, and some lambs in the spring. The lower pasture is my pride and joy. The grass there grows tall and green because of the natural drainage from the hill above. It's where I put my sheep then. One crisp morning, I noticed something strange. The air smelled wrong. Anyone who farms livestock knows the smell of manure. But this wasn't that. This was sharp, sour, chemical, the kind of smell that turns your stomach. I walked down to the lower pasture and found a dark, wet patch spreading through the grass. It was bubbling in places, like something was seeping up from underground. My sheep wouldn't go near it, which was a huge red flag. I followed the wet trail uphill until I reached the property line, and that's when I saw it, a bright white PVC pipe poking under the fence, dripping steadily into my field. It wasn't rainwater, it wasn't runoff. It was septic discharge, raw sewage flowing straight from my new neighbor's house into my grazing land. I marched straight to his front door. When he opened it, I asked if he knew anything about the pipe draining into my pasture. He didn't even look embarrassed. He just shrugged and said, "Yeah, my contractor rerouted the drain last month. Your field is downhill and it'll soak in." Problem solved. Problem solved? He had just turned part of my farm into a biohazard, and he didn't care. That runoff wasn't just gross, it was dangerous. It could make my sheep sick. It could contaminate my soil and well water. I called the county health department, hoping they'd put a stop to it, but they told me inspections could take a few weeks. In the meantime, my pasture kept getting wetter, smellier, and more unusable by the day. That's when I decided that if my neighbor wanted to share his waste with me, I'd make sure he got plenty of it back. I borrowed my cousin's skid steer and spent a whole afternoon digging a shallow trench just inside my side of the fence. I used heavy clay to shape a little berm, creating a catch basin right where his pipe drained. By the next day, I had my own private septic pond collecting every foul drop. Then came the best part. I bought a cheap gas-powered trash pump and 100 feet of hose. I waited until the next big rainstorm, when the pit was full and soupy. That night, under the cover of darkness, I fired up the pump and sent every last gallon of that rancid mess right back over the fence, directly into his picture-perfect backyard. By sunrise, his lawn looked like a swamp. His fancy flower beds were floating away, and his kids' trampolines sat in 2 feet of reeking brown water. You could smell it from the road. He came storming over, red-faced, yelling about vandalism. I didn't say a word. I just pulled out my phone and showed him the photos and videos of his illegal pipe dumping sewage into my pasture. When the county inspector finally showed up, they were furious. He was fined thousands of dollars and ordered to cap the illegal pipe and reroute it properly at his expense. Today, my pasture is clean, and his backyard is still bare dirt where the landscaping crew had to rip everything out. So what do you think? Would you have pumped it back like I did?